Hello, welcome to a brand spanking new series called $5 Prompt. This is a series that is supposed to draw attention to AI and how it is used and how it can hurt people and communities. There is a website, which I will link below, www.5dollarprompt.com, spell out 5, and it will tell you more. Today is the very first prompt. I was given 2 at one time, and I'm going to show long format for the first one and short format for the second, but let me share both of them with you right now. This is where we're ending up. And the prompt was both dogs and the style of fur and 2025 and Christmas. So here we go. Okay, so this is my very first $5 prompt. This is hopefully going to work. Here's the deal. I have my materials already down here. Usually when I do art, I sketch and bring the sketch down. So that part has to be part of the 60 minutes. I have the timer right here, and I will not move it so that you always know, even if I speed up the film, how long this takes. I have to stop when the buzzer goes off. I think I'll be done before then, but I am using gouache, so I do have some drying time that has to happen. My materials today, I am using a Magani 1404 cold press cotton paper. And this was from a sketch box that I got years ago, and it retails for $10 right now. So since I will be using a sheet, that means 10 pages, $10. It's $1 worth of paper. I will be using a pencil I found upstairs. I don't know where it came from, probably from Goodwill if I had to guess, because a lot of my pencils come from that now. I will be painting with Arteza gouache paint. Do not remember how much I paid for this, but I will put it in the comments. Finally, my reference photo is one from my sister. This is her golden retriever that she cares for. I will be turning this into this in a Christmas way like the prompt suggests. Finally, one more thing. I'll be using Nick Pro brushes and a palette that I had requested from Little Luna Ceramics. That way, if I'm painting on dark paper, I can use this, and if I'm painting on light paper, I can use this. So obviously, I'm going to be using this side today. Let's begin. I'm going to press play, and I'm going to start the sketch process. My dog's looking a little piggish right now, so hopefully that's not going to stay. I don't think it will. I'm pretty confident once I paint that little nose black that it will do. Whenever I see AI photos, I notice that they never erase any of their pencil work when they do that side. If they do that, it's like they have no idea that there is a lot of erasing when it comes to drawing. I think what I love about this particular photo is she's smiling, and I want to capture that smile. You know what? I see what I did. Oh, I should have brought down the paste. So I have a substance that I can withhold paints from, so it's a really good substance because I could put it on these little white dots And then I don't have to worry about painting those little white dots later because they would remain white. And I totally forgot it. Okay, so that's looking dog-like now. I told you it would. And then I know that there's going to be that. The thing about the sketch phase is that you should not, I repeat, should not get caught up in making it perfect. All you're trying to do is show yourself where you are putting said paint. Okay, so I realized that this is going to be closer than I wanted. And then instead of the name, I'm going to do fa. I'll make it a little interesting. La. La. Okay. We know that there's some lines there. And then oh, so I hadn't realized that this tablecloth right here obscures my dog. So I'm going to do that just so that I can see what's going on here. Yep. That lets me know that about the ear, I'm going down. Oop, I'm going over. And then there's the tail. And the body is like right there. And then the tail continues. Okay. I really believe that that's the sketch. So for painting, this is where I think this is going to take up most of the time because I'm going to do a green background, and then after it dries, I'm going to paint this red. However, green and red are complementary colors, and therefore I probably should not do that. I'm going to grab my round brush though, because I love painting with my round brush. Let's pick some colors here, shall we? Here's my palette that I made a while ago. Since we're doing white paper, it's the white palette. I think I'm going to do that one. I want to thank y'all for being here for my first $5 prompt. Okay, I know I don't need a lot. That's what's great about paint, is it really works well. Okay, so that yellow, let's see. We want a yellow for our golden retriever. I think we need 300 and 101. So 300 and 101. 101. Now to find 300. Ooh, I have my reds available. What red should I use? I think to match with this one, 405. 202. It doesn't really, 201 seems to look better on this, but I'm telling you right now, this is really a red orange, and this is really a deep red. So the color is not working on the camera, but I do like the comparison to 405. So we're gonna go with 405 and 300. Where is my 300? I'm probably, oh, there's my 300. I'm probably going to regret all this because, oh my gosh. I am so sorry, y'all. There it is. Knew I'd find it. There you are. Do I need anything else? I probably need some white. I could do that in gel pen. I could do my black and ink and my white and gel pen. That's the plan. I will pause the timer. I hope that that's a pause. We're about to learn a lot today. And then, okay. So I'm using my reference. There's my picture. First things first is that, let's do the outside. So I think the background would be better with this yellow of the dog. Here we go. Big floofy tail. Really, I should be like, for this first layer, I probably should have wetted the canvas. But you know what? That's going to be black with the gel pen. Sometimes that's going to be black. Oh! I can do a very watered down for that mouth and still have it work. I have coffee today, and I'm so afraid that I'm going to take my palette and drink it, or take my water cup and drink it, or take my coffee cup and put my brush in it. And I honestly do not believe that if I had a cup that said do not drink, that it would work for me. I don't. I know that some artists have made their own cups. Just don't think it's my jam. Okay, so we're going to take that mulberry, that wine, and we're going to just... That is not the same color. I don't know what that is, but it is not the color that I chose. Nope, we're going to change that to crimson. We're going to keep that mulberry. I'm going to pull up, let's pull up that color a little bit before I put the crimson down. Oh, this is not a forgiving. This is the first time using this paper. So that's good to know that I have an unforgiving. Just really soaks that water in, which means okay. I really need the edge light though, so we're going to pull up some more. There we go. That's it. I found it. Okay, crimson. We're adding crimson because I don't want my bandana to be that color. Okay. There we go. I don't want to add too many colors because I think when it comes to Christmas ornaments, simplistic is better. I'm going to take a little bit of my, I'm going to go ahead and do this so that there's no, I don't want it to seep over. Let's do it all the way around. Okay, good. Now, question at hand. Do I paint this and then go over it? I think the answer is yes. I really don't need this much red. I'm kind of ashamed of myself. Look how beautiful that red is on camera. It is my goal in this whole thing to really explore different mediums to show you, first of all, sometimes what it looks like on camera with a speed run. And secondly, to show you the different kinds of arts and maybe what you can use yourselves. Maybe you see a material I'm using. I try to keep my materials at a lower cost. The Arteza gouaches are reasonable. I got them for Christmas. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. That is what I'm talking about. That is a gorgeous green next to that deep red. Whew. I'm going to say one of the things that I like about this paper is that, first of all, it's small. So doing a image this small in an hour is very feasible. But also, I just like how well it picks up the color. I have some other watercolor palettes and it really dulls the color, but this just really, really does it justice. I'm not going to say that Arteza gouache is the premium gouache because it is most definitely not. And I tend to use it more like watercolor, I think, than acrylic sometimes. Even though it's not really either. Okay. Ooh, that's no. Okay, let's try to even that out just a little bit. Okay. And then I could start working on that fur. I think, to be fair, I should take this upstairs and dry it and not stop the timer. Like I said, this is the very first. I don't know what my expectations are. If I stop the timer and let it dry, is that really fair? Is that within my, I was about to drink from the water cup. Is that really what I should do? And I don't think it is. I think it needs to be an hour. Otherwise, I'm going to end up giving so much time to this. And part of, I think I need a different brush. Let's get this one drying. And let's pick a smaller round brush. My Nico brushes, I decided that I would only unwrap them once I use them. So I've used about half of them. It's not bad. I keep obscuring the timer though, which is not what I wanted to do. But I think that this is all, right now, this is all feasible. I'm doing everything within the time limit. And it's clear that I could do this within the time. Okay, so now I've got this brown. And I'm using the brown a little bit thicker to get some of these colors. Like right here. And ooh, this is what I love about round brushes, is that if you need a fine line, you can most definitely get it. And if you need I'm probably going to take some white. If you notice this, the image I used, like just little tiny bits of very light color. I have a gel pen that doesn't really soak up the color, doesn't lay down the color well. So then I can use it. Oh, look at that. Look at those beautiful lines. Like, I know that there's artists out there that are way better than me. I'm not under the illusion that I am some sort of master of my art. But sometimes, like, when some things go down, I just get so excited because it's like, yes, yes, that is exactly what I wanted. Okay. I think this is where I'm using gouache appropriately, because I am laying down a thicker color, like always with gouache. I think a little bit. Yep, let's just go a little bit over that. Ooh, no. Okay, we're going to go over that again because that was a little wet. I don't want the wet, but I also don't want the red. So there we go. Done. Saved. I saved it. Okay, now our lady here has very long hair. Very furry hair. I think I'm going to go over this again because I don't like how uneven it is. Okay, anything else I need to do with this color before I move on? Ooh. I probably could pull a deeper brown though, just for some of this. This is drying so well that I'm just going to end up running upstairs to grab the gel and ink because I'm pretty impressed with how well this is working. Okay, now please, please, please go down a little bit smoother. I have to get the ink anyway because I got to put 2025 on there. So much better. Just so much better. It just needed to be a little thicker. I was looking into getting a watercolor pad, like a whole pad of the Magani 1404, and I saw that those things are so expensive. I mean, come on, $1 for this little thing right here. I would never pay $1. I would never pay $10 for 10 of these. I paid much less. But it's nice to see these bright colors coming from it. Okay, anything else before I run upstairs and grab the pens? Okay, we are at 35 minutes. We're nearly halfway done. And I have a little bit, oh, no, I don't overthink it. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to let the timer go, and I will be right back. Okay, let's look. Okay, I only wasted 3 minutes, 2 minutes of your time. Okay, so here's what I brought. I brought my Jelly Roll 8. It is pretty opaque. I brought my Arteza white quartz, which I chose instead of my Prismacolor because this is not as opaque. So some of those areas, like, you know, right here, I can use this. I brought Micron 3, and I brought Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen. This came in a set I found at Goodwill, so I will look that up. And this came in a bag from Goodwill, but I bought a new set of microns recently. So, because I just made that huge $5 bill. Okay. This is where it becomes for reals. Because once I do this, it is done. Okay. So I'm going to, like, you have no idea how unbelievably scary this is. Okay, now the other one. This one has a light in it. Here we go. Let's move. This is my problem, is that it's still kind of damp because, you know, did not give time to dry. I think how I'm going to achieve this nose is I'm going to go over the whole thing in black and then go over it with the white. So like this part's going to remain black, but this part is not. I'm actually quite impressed with myself that I have allowed my time to be used the way it was. Okay. Like I said, this is where everything fails. This is where anything can go wrong and will. And I am terrified. I'm going to give, even though, look, like little tiny white dot right there. I'm going to give a little tiny white dot right there too, just because artistic expression. Okay. In case you didn't know, this was the micron I used to make my $5 bill, which is why it's working the way it is. And I love it because that's exactly what I need for this. I don't need anything too dark. Except for right here. This can be dark. Like I said, it's still wet. Archival ink does not want to go on watercolor easy. Okay, let's switch to white for a moment. Look at how dog-like that looks. Let's do the big white first. So I said that there was a dot right here. And I'm going to put a dot right here. Give it some, oh, I don't like that. There we go. Yay. Okay. Next are these teeth that need to be white. Okay. I'm going to go over that again in a second when it dries. Now, my first artistic love was topography. I absolutely fell in love with it. I love everything about it. I don't have any formal training in it, but I love to use it. You know what this needs? This needs a snowflake there and a snowflake right there. Yes. Okay. Now we go to the colored pencil because now we're adding some of not going back upstairs and getting a finer white though, so not completely sold on this yet. I have 22 minutes and I plan to use what I can. I still feel I need to pull in a darker brown. What does Toffee look like? What number is this? 301. 301. Yeah, I'm going to pull in that brown right here. And we're going to add some depth to this because I am not happy. Bad, Faber-Castell. I regret using you. It's okay. It added something. It was a happy mistake. And then some of that's here. If I was using colored pencils, there's a way that I would fix this right now that I can't, and I'm not terribly happy about it, but it is what it is. I think I'm going to go back over it with the very light yellow though, just to add some highlights in what I've done, because it needs those. I mean, it looks very dog-like. I'm going to say that. From beginning to end, considering I had no time to prep or draw or sketch, I just had to go into it. I'm pretty darn happy. Let's do that lighter color now with the dog-like appearance. And some of this is just I probably need to bring some more black over there. I can see already. And then okay. I drew a dog. And it's golden retriever like. This is, by the way, the very first dog I have ever. This is the very first dog I have ever drawn. And I want to make that known. I have not ever drawn a dog before. And now I have. What am I using this for? I've already learned you are bad. Okay, now I think we should put 2025 right there. Turn it. Take my pencil first because I'm a good girl and I don't want to make a mistake. Go. I wonder if I can do the crimson over this without it looking too diluted. Maybe I should do it in white, do my gel pen. There we go. 2025 written. Let's go in with the gel pen. I'm going to go with the green is still a little damp and it's making my gel pen not work right. By the way, Jelly Roll is a solid gel pen. Guess what? Sharpie it is. My first regret in this first $5 prompt is that I didn't consider my materials more before I started. But I will say this has pushed me in ways I wasn't prepared to be pushed, and I think it's turned out pretty well. Okay. Okay. I think I am going to try to do that crimson over the green and hope it doesn't look too muddled. If I do it thick enough, it will be okay. There we go. Now, the sad part is I have microns upstairs, brand new ones that would have gone on so well. Would have been great for like these little tiny areas, but the one that I have, okay, if I do it deep enough, thick enough, ha 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 ha. $11. Oh dear. Go down. Thank you. There we go. That I will call done with 10 minutes remaining. Whew. That wasn't too bad. Thank goodness I did something that was so small. So I'm going to stop the clock at 10 minutes. This took 50 minutes to make.